tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not looking forward to this. I've decided I'm really not excited. I was excited for playoffs, and now I'm fucking stressed, and life is not worth living.
Honestly, in my
Oh, man, I look
mindset
like
right
hell.
now is, well, we've been through this
Yeah.
5 times now with this team.
We've
At this
been
point,
here before.
Nothing can surprise
This
me.
is different, though. This is different.
Is it?
This is a different team. We are playing a different team.
Is
Yes,
it
but the
though?
mentality is not different.
Okay.
In my mentality is not different.
That's true.
You're right. We're
Actually, I guess it is.
playing a different team.
It can't be worse than last year.
Yeah.
It cannot be.
No, it cannot be
What
worse.
if we
than
get
last
swept in
year.
4?
If they lose,
it's Tampa.
it's because Tampa's really good.
Mm.
We lost last year because, sorry, Alex, Montreal is really bad.
Yep.
And that just hurts. Okay, welcome back to Impromptu Leafs Fans and Hostile Lands podcast, because we got to do our playoff bracket before the Leafs play. Yay!
Yeah, baby.
Maybe this is going up on Sunday. Maybe this is going up on Monday. Who knows? But the Leafs are playing on Monday. And I mentioned this to everyone. It is crazy how the schedule is perfect. There are 4 series that are on even days and 4 series that are on odd days. There are no 2-day breaks for anybody. It's super cool, and I am down with it.
No, they did a great
It's
job.
just like a
this year.
schedule.
Well, I'm only watching Leafs games, and then whatever's on during the intermission, I guess. My heart can't take more hockey. than that.
I want to watch some of the 10 o'clock games. I want to watch some Oilers
Calgary.
Kings.
Yeah,
I want to
that's
watch
the
some
game.
Calgary.
Yeah.
Like, that'll be fun. I kind of want to watch some Avalanche Preds. You never know what's going to happen.
Yep.
I really want to watch Wild Blues. That's, I think, going to be one of the craziest series. Like,
I'm gonna watch the Flames and Stars just because. So I've got lots of hockey to watch.
Of course. We got lots and lots of hockey. Okay, let's get straight into it, though. We're going to go through each division, each matchup, see who picks what. I'm going to type it into our little Google Sheet. Craig's going to make a fun little graphic of it, and we'll see who comes out on top. This is our, what, $20 bet? This is our $20 bet.
Mm-hmm.
I guess so.
I guess
that sounds
so.
good.
That's, well,
Make it worth
we
it.
kind of hope that Dan wins, because he's down $30 right now. I'm
for
up
yourself.
15, and Craig's up 15. So we don't want Dan to go down $50.
Yeah, we're okay with it.
No, you guys have been paying my rent for months now.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. Yeah, from last year's bet. I forgot.
Exactly.
Okay, we'll start off in the Pacific. We'll obviously end with the Leafs because, duh. Pacific, Oilers versus Kings. I will start. I think the Oilers are going to take it in 6. And,
Oh,
it
okay.
maybe could be a sweep. But I'm going to give LA a little bit more credit. So I'm going to go Oilers in 6. Craig, take it away.
See, I want to say Oilers in 4, but I will give them a little bit of credit. I'll say Oilers in 5.
Oilers in 5.
McDavid is going to have 700 points.
Yep.
And no penalty calls.
Yeah.
Maybe
you're-
he'll actually get some this time. That's where that series will swing on. Will McDavid actually draw any penalties?
That's true.
Yep,
That's true.
That's true.
Dan.
I'm also going to take the Oilers, and I'm going to match Craig. I'm sorry, Craig, but I'm going to go Oilers in 5. I'm also worried about Mick Draisaitl. I think that's going to be a really solid tandem for that team. And I just don't know who's the king. The Kings have Quick in net, and who else?
Cal Pedersen or Peterson?
Yeah, right. Yeah. And given that I didn't know who it was, I'm not thinking he's a superstar. So I think
Now-
Oilers in 5.
On that note, Mike Smith has been on a tear in the past couple weeks. He's been doing very well. I assume he will be the starter at least game 1.
Yep.
Do you think he can sustain this, Craig?
He has shown in the past that he can be a really good playoff goalie. Now, mind you, that was a decade ago. So who knows?
That was a great run. I actually remember that.
Yeah,
that was a
that was
really good
amazing.
run.
The Phoenix it was Phoenix, not Arizona, went to the conference final
I guess it was.
against the Kings, who eventually won the Stanley Cup as the 8th seed. It was a great Stanley Cup run. That was super fun.
And actually, I was living in Kingston at the time, and Mike Smith being a Kingston guy,
Mhm.
there was a lot of support for him that year. Like we were all at the Canadian Tire. I was working out. We were all cheering for Mike Smith.
That's fun. That's fun. Dan, Do you think it is more McDavid Draisaitl showing up or Mike Smith showing up that will lead to Oilers' dominance? Don't say both.
I was just gonna
Yes.
say, well, you got to have a good offense and a good goalie, but I'm gonna say it's gonna come down to the goalie. If they go certainly past the first round, as you get further down, it becomes more and more a game of goalie. So I think Mike Smith will be a bigger kind of show for the Oilers. But again, you need offense.
Cool. Okay, unanimous Oilers. I say in 6, though.
They have the easiest of all the matchups.
Yes,
Absolutely.
for sure.
Absolutely.
Oilers are 7th or 8th seed, I think, overall, and they're playing the 16th seed.
Mhm.
Somehow. Yeah.
The Kings are not here to play for a Stanley Cup. They are here for playoff experience. They are here just because they don't even have Doughty. They're probably going to start with Quick and switch to Pettersson real
Mhm.
fast, but it'll still be something. Also, Oilers got beat by the Blackhawks in the bubble, so you never know.
That's true.
I feel like the LA Kings are kind of like the 2016 Leafs, where they're in the playoffs. They really have no reason
Business
to be there.
being there.
Playing a, yeah, exactly. Thank you. And they might surprise you, so they might take it to 6.
Fun. Okay, Flames versus Stars. Now, this is one that actually came down to the wire. It was the Stars
Oh,
and
poor
Nashville going.
Nashville.
For
Yeah.
Nashville, for sure.
They were going for that wild card spot.
Harry
and-
Sateri screwed them.
Was it actually him in net?
He came in net when they went down 4-0 in that last game, and he basically had a shutout for the rest of it.
Oh my
Yeah,
God, that's
He
awesome.
was there for the comeback.
What a story. I didn't know that.
So if anyone didn't hear the story, in the very last game of the season, Nashville is up 4-0 on the Arizona Coyotes, and they switch the goalie, and Sateri doesn't let another one in. Well, the Arizona Coyotes mount a comeback for 5 unanswered goals to win it in regulation. Nashville only needed 1 point
One.
That's
to play
crazy.
Calgary instead of Colorado. Either one is not a really good matchup.
Was
But
that the game that Riddick hit his head against the post, or was that
might
the
have
game
been,
before?
I'm not sure.
Just a random, just like turning around, head to the post.
I think that was before that.
Okay, well, we'll start with Dan for this one because he has family. Flames fan family. What do you think? Flames versus Stars.
I am gonna take. So I think the Stars very much like we said. They have very little business being there, and I think they could have easily been. It could have been the Knights they were playing. So I'm gonna take the Flames, and I'm gonna go in 4. I think it's going to be an explosion from the Flames offense. I mean, they've got Chuck. They've got. I'm blanking on the guy's name. Goudreau right now.
Well, they have the best top line
Exactly.
in hockey right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
they've got Markstrom and Net, who's just on a tear this year. So I think Flames
Mm-hmm.
will easily dispatch the Stars in 4.
I'll have to say Calgary as well. I'll say in 5. They have the goaltending. They've got the defense. They've got the forwards. They run 4 lines deep. I think they're going to be a pretty. I'm gonna put my money on them for the second round as well.
Cool.
Bold move.
I am going to say the Leafs of the West are going to lose in 7.
Oh boy.
Wow.
I am picking the Stars
cow.
in 7 because while they kind of have no business being there, they have a very good playoff team. Now, Calgary does as well, and
a
they
very
also have
injured
Daryl.
playoff team.
Okay, maybe a little bit. I think the goaltending can stand up in Dallas as well. Ottinger is very good. They got Wedgwood backing up and Holtby in the wings. But these are veteran guys. They can make it happen, and I can see the pressure being on the Flames, even though Daryl Sutter says it's not. It's only on the Avs, which he's hilarious. But you know what? I'm going to go off the board because you never know what's going to happen in the playoffs. So this was one of my off the board kind of go for it. Stars in 7. Why not?
I like it.
Chaos Kyle.
Yep.
Perfect.
He loves it.
Yeah. Let's go to the Central Division. I think one of the most exciting matchups, and I
Oh, for
kind of
sure.
want to watch the Wild against the Blues.
Mhm.
This is going to be a great matchup, and if things go as planned, round 2 is going to be the best. It will be the best. I'll start this time. I'm going to say Wild in 6. I think they're going to take it. I think they've got the goaltending power, even though the Blues are really, really coming out. I think Marc-Andre Fleury and or Cam Talbot are going to shut the door. Dan, go for it.
You took the words out of my mouth. I mean, the Wild, I don't think Binnington's going to be able to stand up to Fleury and Talbot, so I'm going to take the Wild also.
Do you think Binnington is going to be the starter?
I would think so.
Or is it Husso?
Hasn't he been
Husso's
starting
been
lately?
the
I mean,
best.
to be fair, I don't watch a lot of Blues game, but
You start Binnington game 1. He does Binnington things.
and see where it
Rattles
goes.
the other team, gets thrown out, doesn't play for the rest of the series. You've got Husso to win the rest of it.
Fair enough.
Fair enough.
Really good goalie tandems, even though Bennington's been on an up and down year. So, Dan, Wild in...
I'm going to take Wild in 5. I think,
5.
yeah, I think they deserve to be at this level, and I think, but again, like, this is a really tight matchup. I have really no idea what's going to happen.
That's true. Okay, Craig.
St. Louis in 7.
Nice.
Ooh,
St.
good
Louis
job.
has 9 20-goal scorers. They've got 2 goalies that are... They both could be starters on any team in the league. And I think they've just got more depth than Minnesota does.
I think the Blues are almost everyone's dark horse pick to win
yeah.
the cup.
Oh,
It's-
yeah.
It's just like they have a team and it's mildly complete and it's very playoff ready. I think the only hole might be the goalie. You never know.
Mhm.
Husso hasn't really had playoff experience. Bennington has, but he's been shaky. That might be what it comes down to is goaltending in that series.
Binnington just spinning a stick in the middle of the crease. Just windmilling his stick. Oh, come on at me.
Well, and when
I'm
he
going to hit
steps
you.
up-
Actually, I'm not.
He plays incredibly well. So if they do start him at any point, he could be a force.
Oh, I want to see a St. Louis, Colorado round.
Oh, that'd be cool.
No, I
I
want
want
to
to see
a wild
Minnesota,
Colorado.
Colorado.
Oh, they're both good.
Because back in Patrick Waugh's days, that was the opponent. It was Avalanche and Wild, and they just went at each other.
That was Detroit. Avalanche and Detroit,
sorry.
they were the big ones.
Sorry, when he was a coach.
Oh, coach. Okay.
There were a couple of years there, and that was actually I don't know why I watched Avalanche and Wild.
That makes more sense.
It was weird. I was living in Toronto. I was like, okay, well the Leafs are definitely out, so let's just watch hockey because I'm back in Canada. And I watched those series, and they were so interesting and so much fun. And that's where Patrick Waugh started pulling the goalie 5 minutes to go, and they would win
Fair.
games.
Yeah.
And then the Wild started doing it, and they would win the game. And it's like, oh my God, this is the craziest series ever. So I want to see Wild and Avs eventually. Bringing us to the next matchup, Avs against Preds. Craig, start us off with this one.
Colorado.
In
4.
In 4.
As they call it. Husso's out.
Wrong goalie.
Not Husso. Yeah.
Saros.
Juicy Saros.
Juicy.
Saros.
Husso Saros.
Yeah.
He's unfortunately out, and a lot of he's one of the best goalies in the league this year. And
Yep.
their season is kind of running around him. Yossi is having a great season on defense.
Mhm.
Duchesne and Johansson, I think, are also having good seasons.
Mhm.
But-
Duchesne especially.
Yeah. But either way, without a goalie, playoffs are goalie.
Yep.
It's just
They have Riddick.
goalie.
What are you talking about? Come on by.
Big save it, David.
Here we
Yeah.
go. Here we
Come
go.
on by.
I was so ready for this one. Dan is ready to go all in Nashville
Dan's-
again this
So
year.
it's
Blind faith,
a
right?
terrible idea. But I'm going to take Nashville in 7 as the massive upset of the round. And
God,
I'm going to base it
I hope this happens.
I'm going to base it all on the fact that
Hey, it gives Calgary a pretty good run to the cup. then.
Nashville has so many players on multiple point streak games. And then if you look at Colorado, sure, they have a few, but this is where I'm putting my money where my mouth is, and I'm going to take Nashville in 7 because I'm like that.
Colorado's been coasting for like
Yeah, forever.
weeks
Yeah,
now.
I know. They've rested a lot of people.
they're just conserving their energy.
But I have to
I
keep with tradition,
don't-
Craig.
That's true. As is tradition.
That's his
What a
tradition.
great South Park episode. Do we know if Gabriel Landeskog is coming back for the playoffs?
Is he
I
on
don't know.
LTIR right now?
He has been for
He'll
an
be back.
extended period of time.
He'll be back.
But
Game 1.
I haven't seen anything.
Yeah, it's the NHL at playoff time.
Okay,
Does
fair.
anybody
fair.
say anything?
I think he might. Well, no, sorry. The fact that the Preds don't have any goaltending is the X factor. But
He is back in action
think-
Tuesday, Kyle.
okay,
Landeskog's
thank you
back.
for looking
Yep.
that up.
So
Never mind. The only thing between the Avalanche, and the second round is David Riddick.
That's right. And that is where my money's going. The former Leaf.
Great.
The only thing between me and that bullet is this piece of paper. Okay. Feels so safe.
So you
right
guys
now.
can suck an egg.
I can't wait for Dan to lose this bet.
Hey, it's a bracket. It just
Okay.
matters what happens later.
Let's move over to the East now. We've got the Metropolitan Division, which is gonna be a battle for both of these series for sure. Let's start with the Rangers against the Pens, 2 against 3. The Penguins almost missing, being in that top 3 spot. Washington could have eclipsed them, but it did not happen. Craig, start us off. Rangers and Pens.
Man, this is a hard one
It is.
because it's hard to bet against Malkin and Crosby,
Mhm.
but you've also got Shesterkin, who will probably win the Vezina.
Yep.
I'm going to have to say Pens in 7, only because of their experience in the playoffs.
Versus the Rangers' lack
Over
of.
the exactly.
Yep. Okay.
Rangers still rebuilding. They've got a couple of really good pieces, and they've got a really good goalie, but I don't think they have the experience.
If the Penguins have Tristan Jarry, I think it'll be a goalie off. Jarry's been out for a couple weeks now with DeSmith coming in. I imagine similar. He'll be back for game 1 sort of
Yeah.
thing. I'm also saying Pens in 7, another one of my kind of off the board sort of picks, because I really do think the Rangers have it, but it is tough to bet against the Penguins. Dan, you got something different?
So they're predicting Jari will be back after the first 2 games. So he'll miss games 1 and 2
Okay.
and then come back.
Okay.
Cool.
Cool.
I mean, logic says the Penguins, but again, I'm afraid of Shesterkin. And I think the Rangers have had a really good season, a really consistent season.
Chris Kreider has scored 48 goals, I
50,
believe. Did he hit 50?
Did
got
he
up
really?
to
Wow.
50.
Okay, I'm
Yeah,
gonna take the
they've got-
Rangers in 6. I'm gonna.
And isn't Panarin their big guy? And Kreider's the one that hits 50.
Oh,
They've-
Kreider got an awesome contract and a hometown contract recently, and it was like, oh, man,
Got to perform.
they are set for a while. And then, he's eclipsed his goal total by, I think, 10. And it was like, oh my God, what a guy. What a guy.
Lafreniere is actually having a good
season.
season.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for a guy that they were saying could be the savior of the team. It's about time that he's
Well,
showing
and
up.
Adam Fox. Like,
Well,
Jesus
yes,
Christ.
but who walked away from Calgary, wasn't it?
Yep.
Jeez.
Yep. Okay. So I actually expected a lot more Rangers here, but you're right. It's tough to bet against the Pens, so it's going to
It's a
be a
hard
tough
one.
series.
Yeah,
it will
it's
be a
tough
hard
series.
spot series.
That's the coin flip of all of them, I think. In my mind.
Fair
I
enough.
think you're probably right.
Yeah, I think. Yep. Or
Maybe
Wild Blues,
yeah.
is a.
Or Toronto.
Nope.
We're
Shut
not
up.
there yet.
Yeah, I know we're not there yet.
we're,
but
we're not there yet. We can't
This
talk
is-
about that.
Oh, this is gonna be a good year.
Okay. Talking about potential upsets, maybe would this be an upset? I'm not sure. Canes against the Bruins. Now, the main thing that's happening, similar to the Preds going into the playoffs, is that Freddie Anderson is hurt, and Dan's been on the news, so far. So maybe you'll help me out with this. But Freddie Anderson's hurt. Antti Ranta is back, and he has played recently, so they may be starting with Antti Ranta. But the Bruins have 2 healthy goalies, and they are both quite good, or at least they have been as a tandem. And then it's just the Bruins in the playoffs, minus Chara for sure. But they've really,
And
really
Krejci.
kept their team. Krejci,
Yeah, it's gone.
but Halla and Coyle, put them together, you kind of get a Krejci, I think.
Yeah.
Or you spread them out between second and third line, which they've definitely been doing. I think it works out pretty well. So I'll start. I've got the Bruins in 6, mainly because of the goalie trouble in Carolina, even though I think Carolina totally deserves it. And it's like, let's go, guys. You've been building this team. I think Freddie just got injured at the wrong time. And he'll get nominated for Vezina votes.
Oh, yeah, he'll
for
get
sure.
votes for sure.
He'll be top 3, but I think the Bruins take it, unfortunately, in 6. Craig, go for it.
Craig,
Dan,
Do-
you want
do
to
you want
this
the
one?
information I have before you answer?
Please.
Anderson's likely only out until May 4th, so he's going to miss the first game.
Okay.
Oh, he's not missing the whole first
No,
round.
They think he'll be back by
Kyle,
the
do you want to change your decision?
I do not.
And honestly, I think the series is going to be closer than you think.
Mhm.
I don't know why you're so anti Ranta. Personally, I'm pro Ranta. I just wanted to use that joke.
That was so clever. That was really well done.
Oh.
I had
But
Ranta on my fantasy team for the majority of the year, and it did not pan out. So maybe that's why I'm
I will say
anti-Ranta.
I will say Bruins in 7 though.
Really? Am I the only one picking Carolina?
Probably.
Okay. I mean,
Carolina's a good team.
Carolina's a good team.
They're a really good team.
And if Anderson's going to be back in the first round, then it's going to be a really close series. But I think Boston just has the experience to take them over.
And Boston also has a goaltending. I mean, if for some reason Anderson
Well, they
doesn't
got
come
Freddie.
back, well, let's just say he doesn't come back or
Yeah.
he gets
Playoff Freddie.
injured again.
Playoff
Yeah.
Freddie. First round Freddie.
I'm going to
First
take
round Freddie.
Carolina in 7. I think it's going to push right to the end, and it's going to come down to which goalie's around and who's playing well. But I think this could be a really even matchup between these two teams because, as you guys said, Boston has the playoff experience. Carolina's got the team and potentially goaltending.
And I really like when Dan pays my rent.
And that too. I really like giving you guys money. It's what I live for.
Yeah. Yeah, Dan's been 3. Yep, the past 3 has been Dan on his own. Okay, let's see if he continues this trend. We're finally to the Atlantic. We'll start with Dan. Panthers versus Caps. This seems to be, I think, the widest spread for anything. Maybe Avs and Preds a little wider, but Preds, if they had Saros, would be much better. Panthers and Caps. Panthers win the President's Trophy, which is not always a positive. President's Trophy doesn't often win the cup, and sometimes gets swept in the first round. Lightning. So Dan, what do you got for this series?
So I'm going to take the Panthers in 5. Even though, they won the Presidents, they might not win the cup. I think they're still going to blow through this first series fairly quickly. Washington, they made the playoffs and they had a little bit of a margin, but it was tight. And I just think Florida's the better team. They're better positioned and they've got everything. Like their goaltending's pretty short up. Their offense is great. Their defense is good. And they've got 2 injuries on the team right now. One of which is Claude Giroux. Oh, and Barkov's injured right now. Sorry. But
Wait, what? Really?
Wait,
yeah,
really?
he's injured right now.
For how long?
He is out until May 2nd. So tomorrow.
Oh,
No,
tomorrow.
so
potentially
he's
May.
resting.
They'll be back.
It was a rest.
Yeah,
It was a
okay.
rest. Yeah.
He's hurt.
Right.
He's resting.
He sprained his ankle. No, so I think it's going to be Florida coming in strong. They'll take the series in. What did they say? 5?
You said 5. Yeah.
I'm going to stick with that.
I say the same thing. Panthers in 5, no problem. Bye Caps. Sorry, Ovechkin.
I will be the dissenting voice on this one.
Nice.
I will say Florida in 4.
God damn it.
I love it.
I literally started typing caps. I started typing capitals. I'm like, dude, come on. Make this exciting. No. Panthers in 4.
They've got the scoring, and Washington does not have the goaltending to stop them.
Yeah.
No go. Well, Vitek Vanacek
don't
could be
have the
fine.
goaltending to
Man,
stop
I
them.
think Florida, their goaltending is going to be their undoing.
You think
Possibly.
so?
Like Bobrovsky's been okay.
They might be able to outscore their problems into a Stanley Cup.
Not in the second round. The Leafs or the Lightning.
I'm just here for chaos, man.
That's fine. Then you should have picked the Caps.
Not that much chaos. Mild chaos.
Okay. We have reached the one we're all waiting for. Leafs against the... Oh, I wrote Lightning, not Lightning.
Oh.
Against the Lightning. A blue and white...
linesmen.
Oh, God. A blue and white team is going to win this series unless they decide to wear their black jerseys at any point, which would be super cool. I would love that to come back. I know I said Tampa's going to win the cup on the last podcast.
And we're still
However,
your
with
friend.
a caveat. Thank you.
Speak for yourself. my
Okay,
friend.
fair enough.
There's a caveat to this that obviously the Lightning only win the cup if they get through the Leafs. If they get through the Leafs, done. Lightning is winning. They can get through anybody else. But I think their hardest test is going to be the Leafs. The pressure, however, is on the Leafs to win, not on the Lightning.
Agreed.
If the Lightning get through, the pressure will be on the Panthers. If the Lightning get through that, the pressure will be on the other team. However, I have the Leafs winning in 6. I am not putting in 7 energy into the world.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Leafs in 6. I think they take both home games, struggle a little bit in Tampa, and then lock it down. Okay, that's me, Daniel.
So I'll take the Canadians in 7. No, I'll take Toronto.
You no, delete
All right,
from
so
Google
Toronto-
Meet.
Yeah, I
Enough.
just meant to say-
Goodbye.
In very similar thinking to Kyle, I'm going to take the Leafs, but I'm going to give them more credit in 5. I think that we will
You're
see.
insane.
Yeah. Oh, I think we're going to win both home games, and then we're going to have it go back to Tampa. We're going to win one of those, and then bring it home for the win. And so that's what I'm expecting. That's what I'm hoping. I think the Leafs have enough pressure behind them this year that if they don't come out strong and win a few games early, they're toast. So they have to win those home games. And if they don't, I think they're in for a real bunch of pain. So Leafs in 5, solid, lock it in.
I'm not thinking about the playoffs. I'm already thinking about the draft. My brain cannot handle it. I'm just going to move right on to June.
So we're drafting what, 27th or something?
32nd.
Okay, that'd be nice. That'd be nice.
I like your Toronto in 6. I, again, can't put that 7-game energy into the universe. I think that Leafs, they've got the team that can do it this year. This is the best Leafs team we have seen in
Ever.
our lives, probably.
Yep.
At least since 2003 or whatever, back in Sundin, McGillney, Gary Roberts era.
Yep.
Breaking records.
This is the best team we've seen. We've got Mark Giordano, great pickup on this team. We've got Ilya Lyubushkin, who is just going to be a playoff menace.
Mhm.
If Wayne Simmons is the Wayne Simmons we saw last year in the playoffs, I think Tampa is going to be hard done by to keep up with that. We've got a Rocket Richard winner. We've got Mitch Marner, who has scored almost as many goals as Phil Kessel ever has in his career. This is the Leafs team that is going to do it, and they're going to do it in 6.
Fuck. Vasilevsky. That's the
He's
guy.
the problem.
Vasilinsky, everything's going to slide right through him.
That'd be nice.
Yes.
He's the only problem. Like,
I mean, Stamkos
The
too,
Lightning-
to be fair.
well, that's fine.
Like,
no, the Lightning are going to
Kucherov.
score.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
they
that-
are all
yeah.
going to score, and that's fine.
Hedman.
It's just if the Leafs can get the puck at all past Vasilevsky, because he's just
He's
a brick
good.
wall.
Well, and
And
playoff
Campbell's very good, but like the
Campbell is
Lightning are
good.
going to score.
and playoff Vassy is
Just
pretty
can
scary.
we? Yeah, can we outscore our problems? And
Okay.
our only problem is Vasilevsky.
Who is the expendable player on the Leafs?
Eberzizi.
Yeah.
So he is running the net, game 1.
I see. Okay, we're
a
going with full
sacrifice
Kreider
bun.
price here. Full Kreider price. Just like the Rangers, the only
Thank
way
you.
they
Yep.
can win is to take out Carey Price. The only way we can win is to take out Vasilevsky.
First period, and then we're smooth sailing onto the cup.
Ah, you know what I just realized? We get fucking Corey Perry in the first round again.
Yep, that occurred to me a couple months ago.
I wonder if there's a fight like
Him and
Simmons
Simmons.
against Perry. Just like don't try any shit. Now, obviously, the Tavares injury before Perry did not do on
No, of
purpose.
course not.
But Perry's a hard player, and accidents happen when you play maybe a little bit too hard. So maybe they send a message right away. You, no. Maroon, no. Enough.
I wouldn't hate it.
Uh,
I think the Leafs
that'd be
do need to
okay.
come out with toughness right away, or they are going to get swallowed up into their not being a very tough team. And then if they get into that kind of mindset, then they're going to also get into
Mhm.
the we can't score goals mindset. That freaks me out. That's really my biggest worry for any playoff series the Leafs are in, is their mindset.
Dan, can you do me a favor and check to see if Bunting is coming back?
I can do that.
Craig, fourth
Kyle.
line. Who is it? Game 1.
Simmons, Blackwell, Clifford.
Spezza sits.
Yes.
I was-
Unfortunately,
I was going to say the same thing.
Spezza is a late series guy.
Yep.
When the series is on the line and you want to close it out, that's when he puts Spezza in.
Mm.
But before that, I think he has to sit.
I think, yeah. And I think it fits into what we said about the toughness. Simmons and Clifford set the standard and say, no, you're not fucking with us. You're not fucking with our top guys. We're going to be playing a little bit harder this year than we have in previous years. Let's go. Let's go. And it's not like our third line is going to be any less tough. Third line, Craig, what do you think?
Who's going to be?
Yeah.
Engvall, Kampf, Nylander.
Okay.
Totally.
At least for game one.
Nylander stays on the third line. Dan,
Game
you think,
one for sure.
You think that as
I
well?
totally think that. I don't think it makes sense to do it any other way.
Okay. So then the second line becomes maybe, a little bit weirder.
Engvall, Nylander, Kerfoot.
Engvall was already on the
Sorry,
third line.
Mikheyev.
Mikheyev. Okay.
Yeah.
So we've got that going on. We've seen that before. It's worked.
Yep.
Maybe not as much firepower, obviously.
Sorry, where'd you have Tavares?
Mikheyev has really
Third line?
no,
No,
Tavares.
Yeah,
Second
okay.
line.
Okay, sorry, I thought
But
you said
Mikheyev
third.
has really turned on since he's been on that second line.
Okay.
Yes,
Did
I
it-
don't love the way I don't love the whole lot that second line. Mikheyev, Tavares, Kerfoot. They're a bit of a neutral line. No, they're not going to get goals scored on them, but they are going to spend more time in the offensive zone than they are in the defensive zone, even though they don't score a ton of goals.
Mhm.
But if they can just grind out some minutes, be able to get the Matthews, Marner, Bunting line back on, then I'd be happy.
Speaking of which, Dan, what do you got?
So Bunting is not going to play likely tomorrow, but he is probably back for the next game. So we'll probably see him Wednesday. He's right now set as a game time decision for tomorrow, but I expect they'll probably rest him for one more day, and then we'll see him on Wednesday.
So Dan, who plays on that top line with Matthews and Marner?
I mean, it's like Bunting's obviously going to be the one doing it, but I wouldn't hate a little bit of line blundering and maybe move Mikheyev up there for a little bit and just have
Okay.
a little bit more playmaking on that line with a little bit more firepower as well. But I think we'll see Bunting back pretty quickly.
Correct? Top line.
Game one, I think we see Nick Bruiser Abergese on that top line.
We probably
he now
will.
has an NHL goal, and he's got a little bit of confidence.
Mhm.
Maybe start him up there game one and see what he can do. You
I
can
am
blend him back
also-
down to the third, fourth line after that if you need to. But
I'm also going to say Nick Robertson.
oh yeah,
Forgot about him.
okay.
Nick Robertson has been tearing it up in the AHL. He's not the Bunting type, but he's something. He could also go second line, and maybe Mikheyev goes up.
That's what I was
He could
thinking.
also go
when-
second
yeah.
line. Maybe Kerfoot goes up. That's maybe Kerfoot's more of a Bunting, I think.
Yeah, probably.
But I think Robertson gets in the lineup. I think he's deserved it over Abergese. Abergese's been fine. We have tested him. Now is not the time to continue testing. It's over, folks. I would rather have Spezza on a third line or something, and somebody else goes up as opposed to Abergese in.
Yeah.
But I think Robertson makes the lineup, especially if Bunting is out. If Bunting's in, maybe he
But
doesn't.
there's no yeah.
He becomes something else, and he waits for an injury that will inevitably happen.
I think you're right. Game one, come out strong. Play your known players. Don't play Abergese. I think that's a good call.
And that's okay.
Yep.
Like
Oh, yeah.
Abergese had a shot. He has a contract. He'll play in the AHL next year, maybe to start, or he'll start with Matthew Nyes or whatever, or blah blah blah.
And he got his goal. He's had his fun.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's time to come out strong with our big guys, and Robertson's turning into a big guy. So let's do it. Defensive pairings. We've got maybe some shuffling. Muzzin did play the last game. What do you, Dan? Do you think Muzzin is in the lineup, or do you think it is Sans Muzzin? Who do you think are the top 6 defensemen in the
That's
lineup?
tough, actually. I think we will see Muzzin. I think Lyubushkin, Muzzin, Liljegren, Brody, Riley. Wait, no, I'm counting.
Gio.
Did I miss one? Gio.
Gio.
Okay,
Okay,
there.
so Riley Boosh,
Yeah, Riley Bush,
Muzzin,
Muzzin,
Brody,
Brody.
Gio,
Gio,
Liljegren.
Liljegren.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
No Hall,
No Hall, no
probably
Sandin.
no Sandine.
No.
Game one, no.
Unless
I don't
someone
know.
gets
Well, I think-
injured, for sure, you'll see somebody come up, or they're really not clicking. Like there's something going on that Keefe notices. But I think we're pretty set for defense.
I'm worried about Muzzin.
Yeah,
I think he's the hole in the lineup that may be our downfall.
But is he going to
possible.
be that in playoff? Like that's kind of what game one will show if he's back.
But I don't
but if he
know.
is
I
now,
know.
when
I know.
things ramp up in the playoffs, I don't know.
Like if he pushes too hard, he gets injured. If he doesn't push hard enough,
Then
then
we
he's
got
a
Hall
liability.
back in, and maybe we got
Yeah.
Sandine. Maybe we get a Sandine Brody second
Oh,
line.
I worry about Sandine too. He hasn't played in months.
I don't think they bring
That's
Sandine.
a tough one.
What's the injury? Knee.
It was
Ah,
knee, yeah.
shit.
He didn't have
Yeah.
surgery though.
Might as well
But
put
still, that means you're not skating.
just put Hutch in net if you're going to do that.
Yeah, there's no
Oh
difference.
my god! Don't say the H word. Not this close to the playoffs.
Campbell, obviously our starter. I think if it's anywhere near a blowout, you take Campbell out and
Yeah.
you throw in Shalgren, and it's like, you know what? Maybe that's the spark, and they come back and win. Like, that'd be super fun. But don't let Campbell go through that, because that's going to filter over to other games.
Agreed.
Well, we never saw that last year in the playoffs, but we also weren't playing Tampa.
Right.
Yeah.
That's true. Are you being sarcastic? I can't remember.
I have no idea anymore.
Okay, gotcha.
Quote The Simpsons.
I
I,
can't-
don't even know anymore.
I can't remember last year in Campbell because it was tough.
I don't think Campbell let in more than 3 goals in any game.
True.
In the
Yeah, I don't
playoffs
think
last
so.
year.
We didn't score.
No.
Scoring was
Well,
the issue.
except for games 4 and 5, or 3 and 4, we scored 5 and 4 or something.
Yeah, when we were on a tear, and then
Yes.
Price is like, nah,
And
that was fun.
Yep.
Okay, that is our playoff bracket, and a little bit extra for the Leafs.
I have one thing to add about this series going in against Tampa.
Yep.
I think one thing we're going to see different this year compared to last year, Austin Matthews is not going to take the shit that he took last year. Last year, he took so much shit and just smiled it off. This year, he's not going to take it. We've seen a different Austin Matthews this year.
Mhm.
He's more engaged. He's more
Tougher.
combative. He's not going to take the shit he did last year. He's not going to get ragdolled by a Sherratt type. He's going to turn around and he's going to sock somebody in the face.
Do you think, therefore, that
Keep the stick down.
maybe Vasilevsky is not the game changer? It's Matthews.
Oh, Austin Matthews was the game changer last year.
Okay.
He didn't score and we didn't win. This year, if he can score, if he can play a playoff style hockey, he was playing the same type of hockey he always played. If he can play a playoff style hockey, which he's shown he can do,
Mhm.
that's going to be the game changer in this series.
But it was also Matthews, Marner, and Tavares. Like, Tavares had an excuse, but Marner didn't show up.
Tavares wasn't
Yeah,
there.
exactly. But Marner didn't show up. Matthews didn't show up. So we really had no firepower. You can't expect Simmons to put
exactly.
in that many goals.
Well, the thing was last year in the playoffs, it was still Marner to Matthews.
Yeah.
Right.
And everybody was on Matthews. But now that we also have Marner as an offensive,
Offensive
yes.
threat.
And now you give it
Right.
to
That's the word
Mikheyev.
I'm
He
looking for.
breaks
Thank you.
out. Like, we have a lot of options offensively. We can make a number
Man,
of
you
different-
love
I
Mikheyev.
do.
You love him.
I'm
I
sorry.
don't see as much as you do, but I'm on board because it's better to have good players. So
Yeah. Mikheyev is defensively sound. Offensively,
I do
he's
see
got,
that,
he's
yeah.
got speed. Yes, he doesn't. If the one thing he could change is his
Finish.
passing ability.
Okay.
What did he say?
I said finish.
Well,
Like, he
he's
needs to
shown
score.
he has 20 goals now. He showed he has some finish, but he has no. He doesn't seem to have the sight to be able to make the pass.
He's young. He's
If he can do-
developing.
He's like 26.
That's young enough.
It's for
He's
the,
a UFA. You
Yeah,
better
but for the
fucking pick
AHL,
it
that's
up.
not that young. But I think in terms of a bottom 6, middle 6 guy, he's fine.
Okay, let us know in the comments. Do you think it is Austin Matthews that will decide this series, or Vasilevsky that will decide this series, or yes?
Kyle's
Those
favorite
are
answer.
the 3 options there. Okay, we'll put up a fun little graphic about our picks. You let us know if we are totally off the money. I think we could end up with a winner. Probably we went off the board a little bit for some of the stuff, so we may end up with a winner, or we'll just be so sad that the Leafs lost and won't care anyway, and won't even do a second round and
Take a couple weeks off like we did last year.
Nobody will hear from us for
Exactly.
months.
Exactly. Thank you so much for listening. This has been a quick little podcast for you. Go Leafs, go!
Go Leafs, go.
Go Leafs, go!